Hip hop is not black culture. Hip hop is Bronx culture.
Back then, the predominant culture was a Black American culture. A lot of the Puerto Ricans and Caribbean people adapted to our culture, but a lot of them still.
I wouldn't say that. Puerto Ricans didn't do that. They kept their own culture.
No, I was going to go there. So let me just say, all right, let me say this then. Most of Puerto Ricans, some of Caribbean, how they are acting, are they are a carbon copy of the Black American culture from back then to now?
No.
What do you mean?
To have this whole thing racialized, hip hop is not divisive like that.
Here's what I will say. I have Puerto Rican friends. They never denied their Puerto Rican roots ever. We knew they were Puerto Rican, so what? If you were down with us, you were down with us. We had Caribbean blacks, meaning West Indians, many of whom hung with us. All right?
Maybe I'm not saying it right.
Many of which hung with us.
They had to act black.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They had to act black.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They had to act black.
Okay.
Hip hop is not divisive like that.
I grew up in the Northeast Bronx, which is the Gun Hill Road area, White Plains Road area. We had blacks, Puerto Ricans, and whites. Had a lot of whites back then. I had friends who were black, who were white, who were Puerto Rican. I had a diverse set of friends. Diverse. Very diverse.
Right. But not to cut your wisdom. I'm talking about the amount, because there's so much of them now. So I guess the question will be:
there always was an influx of Puerto Ricans and Caribbeans, especially up in the area that I was at. A lot of West Indians, a lot of Jamaicans uptown.
We wasn't counting heads. Oh yeah, okay, 9 niggas and 3 Puerto Ricans. We wasn't doing that. We wasn't doing that.
Puerto Rican culture was what it is now. Salsa music and everything like that. Puerto Rican, I had a Puerto Rican girlfriend. Salsa music, I know how to Latin hustle. I know how to Latin. All right? Because I had Puerto Rican girlfriends around me. We had Puerto Ricans in the black spades. Quite a number of them. Not no little tiny amount. Quite a number of them. I know them personally. Okay? We even had 2 white boys. White Berkey and White Tom.
Damn.
Who were black spades, yes indeed. And whether they were white or not is not, fuck with them and find out what would happen to you. We had Puerto Ricans who were black spades with us. The Supreme President of the Young Spades, Tex DJ Hollywood, Tex Santiago, David Santiago.
DJ Tex.
Huh?
You talking about DJ Tex, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm. He was. But he dressed black. He had to act black though.
To have this whole thing racialized, hip hop is not divisive like that.
Protect and big up your culture without being divisive.
How tell me how we being divisive, please.
Yes, because I've heard the FBI is calling people names, calling back vultures and all this kind of stuff. None of that is necessary.
But why? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I like Puerto Rican girls too. I had sex with a lot of them.
We wasn't doing that. We wasn't we wasn't looking at people like that. Shaw Rock, the first female MC that really, she rocked with her. I didn't look at her like she was a broad. She was a good MC. When I first seen Crazy Legs B-boy, and for those who don't know, I started out as a B-boy. And I'm a second generation B-boy. It was guys that Trixie and Southside and them, they was B-boying years before, I was a kid.
How many of those B-boys between 73 and 75 was Spanish, Puerto Rican, or?
In our circuit, it was one.
One.
I'm Johnny Kool.
The original B-boy.
Trixie, Wallace D, Chubby, Johnny Kool, you know, all those names, okay? Yeah, Little Johnny, you know, everybody called him Johnny Kool, Little Johnny.
Johnny Kool, right? He was Dominican. Yeah. Okay, if y'all want to say Puerto Rican, good. Here you go. Ponce. Okay? You're happy? Okay? Up to bed.
There you go.
Put it to bed. We all one. We are one people. We gotta stop fighting against each other. We are one people. I grew up with Puerto Ricans and black people. My family, all around me, my whole life.
See Latino brothers and sisters doing b-boying, breaking, hitting the ground?
Absolutely. Booski. You know, my father is from Ponce, so what you know, my father is from Ponce, so what you know, I think that's a conversation that needs to be dealt with because it is based on ignorance and it's based on a social construct that people have got caught up in, have drawn this line of what cultural expressions, origins based on skin color.
You know, hip hop is not divisive like that. When the first time that I seen Crazy Legs, I didn't say nothing about Puerto Rican. I just said these guys, you know, they hell of a b-boy. Let me find something else to do. And then we started MCing. Hip hop is not black culture. Hip hop is Bronx culture.
Like the Queens DJs, the Brooklyn DJs, and all those DJs, they was playing the same music of hip hop, but they just wasn't playing just the beats.
Just the beats.
Right.
They was playing the beats and other things.
Right. They was playing the whole record stew, and people would dance to it and whatever, but they wasn't trying to hit just the beats all the time, non-stop. Right. And that's the difference. That's why hip hop is.
Right.
They don't want to hear nothing. They just simplify them and take it right straight to the beat.
Right.
And that's why hip hop is.
It was formed in the Bronx. The first popular DJs, DJ Kool Herc, Bronx cat. The first turntablist, Flash, Bronx cat. The first guy to do the scratch, Grand Wizard Theodore, is a Bronx cat, right? The first MC, you're looking at him. I was born and raised in the Bronx, Monsignor Hospital. The Bronx culture is hip hop culture. This whole conversation is supposed to benefit the true founders and builders of hip hop, but you never even asked them. Did you ask Herc? Did you ask Biggs, or did you ask Flash? Well, yo, Flash, what do you think about? Oh yeah, foundational Black Americans. We was Afro Americans probably back then. We wasn't even it was no foundational Black Americans. But it all started with the basic three crews: Flash, Bam, Herc.
Well, the father of hip hop is definitely Kool DJ Herc. And it started in the West Bronx, not the South Bronx. The West Bronx is where hip hop has started with Kool DJ Herc. It came way to the South Bronx through myself, Africa Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash, as well as Disco King Mario, Kool DJ D, and a couple of others, the Funky Four, plus one more. Then it got pioneered through DJ Breakout, through Kool DJ AJ, the Treacherous Dree, Dougie Fresh. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Well, this is basically the Southeast Bronx, part of the whole big unit of the South Bronx. And is my side of the area is what you have a lot of housing development projects. Because this was a good part where blacks and Latino and whites lived cool together. You know, you might have your little racial type of things every now and then, but then it was more unity and peace happening, especially when we started bringing about hip hop and when we started going down to the village to start playing at the rock clubs. Whereas the punk rockers was the first of white people to first accept hip hop in their communities, who started traveling out of their communities to come to the black and Latino communities to party among black and Latino people.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a thing to be divisive. That whole thing, we gotta put all that on the back page. Who's Puerto Rican, who's black? You know what I mean? That's not the issue.
The crowd used to be so big.
You couldn't see through the park. You could not see through the park. And you know what? And and of course it was all black and Hispanic primarily.
74, 75, when y'all was out in this park, was it like a West Indian feel to it? Was it?
No, it was all African Americans and Spanish.
Right.
It's an urban atmosphere, man.
Right.
It was all African Americans and Spanish. Right. You had your Jamaicans or whatever out here, your Caribbean people out here.
Right.
But no, it wasn't that.
Right.
It was playing a whole different type of music, the Caribbean people.
Right.
They contributed like everybody else contributed.
Right.
You had your Spanish people contributed to it.
Right.
You had your West Indian people.
Right.
And you had your African Americans. Everybody did their thing.
Right.
That's why it's universal.
Right.
Because there's a little bit of everybody into hip hop.
Right.
A little bit of everybody. All cultures is into hip hop.
Right.
So I just can't say African American, but you just can't say Caribbean also. You can't say that.
You had in reggae, Iroy, Uroy, Huroy, Trinity, Yellow Man was one of the first biggest stars that started traveling out. In hip hop, you couldn't get a day of not playing a song without playing Yellow Man. It was through the Zulu Nation that we never gave up our roots and let everybody know in hip hop, here's the reggae. We playing the reggae. We played the soca. We played our salsa, our Latino roots, because Latinos is also us. So all the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, some of the Mexicans and all that, their roots is also back with us also. So we just kept all that alive to let everybody know, this is culture. And putting the B-boys, the B-girls, the rappers, the MCs, the aerosol writers, graffiti artists all together under the banner of the Universal Zulu Nation to make culture.
We was tired of the gangs. So what could we do to calm that down was to build a party environment where we all could hang together, Puerto Ricans, blacks, Jamaicans, whatever, come together.
Hip hop is not black culture. Hip hop is Bronx culture. So the fact that if you got two different sides arguing about the culture of hip hop, you didn't even say none of the Bronx guys' name. Like it's like all this we shit. Like you French. Who's all the we? First of all, whoever's speaking about that, you wasn't even there. But with culture, see, everybody could do it. So I'm not saying that everybody's not in on it. You are in on it, and the glory is supposed to go, like I said, to the creators. I can sit here and say I built the pyramid, and Hotep and them built the pyramid. I ain't build shit. If you could say black people build hip hop, you didn't build shit. You looking at one of the guys that did it, and I'm telling you what it is. It's not a divisive thing. It's not a thing that's supposed to bring people apart. It's not a thing where it's all this friction. It's a thing that we jamming, we partying, we all in the same room together, we all on the same stage together. Of course, it's competition, but at the end of the day, it is music.